developing a diamond, your mind is divided into these different things, different angles, different sides of your application. And so there's that connection with the physical diamond. The other thing that's a couple of things that are kind of similar are you have your diamond, and then you have these faucets. Now, the faucets, they all modify and add and manipulate data in the diamond. The diamond holds all the data, and the faucets do not hold any data. They're just the code that mutates the data in the diamond. So the diamond acts as a central container for your data, and the faucets manipulate it. And so your faucets are on the edges. Like in a real diamond, your faucets are on the edges, and all the faucets of a real diamond have a common center. And that's true with a diamond on Ethereum, is that your diamond holds all your data. It's the common center for all your faucets that it has. And then also your diamond contract, it has an address, an Ethereum address, in which you interact with the diamond. So that's also part of its centers. So with a diamond, its center is its address and its data, and then you have the faucets on the edges, which are all the different sets of functionality. So I call it the diamond because because that just is part of the mental model that you think with when you're developing with diamonds. It matches a physical diamond.
Gotcha. And I think I heard one of your other interviews too, that you were saying, I actually learned something from you as far as diamonds go. They're supposed to be the hardest thing in the world, but you can actually carve them down to size to how you want the diamond to look, essentially. And so that's also what you're talking about as far as adding these faucets in there too, right? So that way you're modifying the contracts. Is that correct? Am I understanding this correctly?
Yeah, that's correct. So when a real diamond is going to be available for retail sale, it actually gets physically cut to make it all beautiful and everything, and to make it the way they want. So they actually physically cut it, and when they cut the diamond, that creates more sides of the diamond. It creates faucets. And so in the terminology with the diamonds with Ethereum, kind of uses similar terminology. When you're going to add a faucet to the diamond, you cut it. You cut the diamond. This cut is like upgrading your diamond. So so that's right. Yeah.
Okay. And now with this EIP, it's EIP 2535, correct? That's what it's called?
Yes.
Now, with this, how do you see this being utilized with, companies and things like that, as far as people trying to use smart contracts, for multiple use cases?
Yeah, sure. So first I'll say that, the diamond standard really is kind of a general base framework. So it's like really you could potentially build all kinds of things with it, and I'm really excited to see what people do with it. But there are some common use cases today that people are using diamonds for that make a lot of sense. So one of them is that when you're going to be building a smart contract system, an application, that that once you deploy it and it's live in production, that it's going to you're going to extend it, meaning like you're going to add new functionality later. In 3 months, you're going to keep doing development. And so you have a production system that you need to add to. And so a diamond is good for that, because it's because once you have a diamond, it can keep growing, and there's no limit to it. So and it's not hard to add more functionality to it. So there's that aspect. So like Aavegotchi, which uses a diamond for its contracts, it's really utilized that, whereas they're continuously developing more functionality and have a lot of plans in the future for a lot more stuff. And the diamond helps them to be able to add more functionality in the future, to their existing production system. So if you want a system that can grow, a smart contract system that can grow in a systematic, organized way, then the diamond is good for that. So there's that use case. Another use case that people are interested in is when you have a contract protocol, like a DeFi protocol, or something like that, and it has a DAO, and you want the DAO to be able to...
Could you maybe explain what a DAO is too?
Yeah, sure. Decentralized autonomous organization. It's a way, it's where you have members, a group of people who are able to control a protocol and they have tokens, or they have some voting way to vote on chain to influence the protocol. So you might have a DAO where they have this idea where you want to be able to change things in the protocol or add new functionality to the protocol, but it should only be approved by the DAO, by the group, by voting. And so there's this idea that you could do that in various ways. Perhaps one way you could do it is that a new faucet is created by members of the DAO, and then they can vote on it. And then if it's voted, then it can be deployed, added to the protocol to change the protocol. So that a protocol can grow. Just another way for a protocol to grow in the future, using the DAO as controlling it. So there's that. Other use cases is, I think that, I tend to stress this a lot because people don't otherwise stress it. But I found that for larger contract systems, having a way to organize it is important, so that you don't have spaghetti code, you don't have a hard to understand system. Whereas the Diamond enforces a way to divide functionality, to organize it, and I think that's really useful for larger systems. And it separates functionality. So if you have one developer working on one set of functionality, he doesn't have to think about another set of functionality. He just, because there's a certain amount of separation between functionality that's possible to do with it, with diamonds. And then if a developer, working on a protocol uses a diamond, and he goes to some other company that also uses a diamond, he'll be able to come up to speed faster because he's already familiar with diamonds. So I think it's useful for people to be able to work on lots of different projects. If they all use diamonds, it's just going to be a similar understanding of development, instead of like going to a new system that's completely different and have to learn everything from scratch.